In this video, we are talking about all the affinity bonus we have now on the Chinese version. Don't forget to subscribe. Hello guys and welcome to one more video. My name is Will, we are playing Dragonheir Silent Gods, and let's have a look at all the affinities we have at the moment. So, need to turn on my Chinese translator, and now let's have a look. So, we have almost the same ones. There's a one or two that which are new compared with the previous ones. Of course, we still have the poison, the burning, ice blast, we have all of that. So we are going to the training ground and talk about these units. So let's just use 3, it's the maximum, as you guys can see. 3 is the maximum, so this is from the affinity, okay? And this is the other stuff from the type of characters. So if you are using fire, you get all of these bonuses, and then you get the thing from poison characters. And as you guys can see, the maximum you can get, the maximum benefit from characters is 3. Okay, if you are using 4, all of these rates will be exactly the same. There's basically no difference. As you guys can see, 60-30, we take him, and he's still 60-30. So let's have a read. When the poison state is triggered, generate a fit a poison target, poison bond will continue to face enemy units within range, inject poison injury. Okay, so it deals damage as poison over time. And with 2, the success rate of poisonous injury application of poisonous is 30%, with 3 is 60%. So it increases the chance to inflict poisons. And these will look something like this. Right, so you use the 3 characters, and then since we are using 3, the chance to inflict poisons will be higher. So they are using, as you guys can see, the icon is, I think it's different. Before it was a skull, now it's like a potion, flask, something like that, and you guys can see. So this is for poison. It looks, basically the way it works, it looks quite the same. I think just the designs, the symbols, they look different. So next, we have the summoners. So the summoners, I really like the new effect from characters. It's really cool. So let's have a look. They work different now. So if you are using 2 characters, it will summon the flame bird, which is this one. If you have 3 characters, it summons a stronger flame bird, alright? And the bird is this one. This bird has like these skills, as you guys can see, has this skill, this one that does more damage. We can have a look at each one. So basically you have 1 extra character if you have 2 or 3 summoners. Okay, so this one will knock out the enemies. With this one, get 50% defense, block by yourself, and 50% attack around him. This one will deal 200% attack damage and silence for 3 seconds. And the final one, range attack causing 400% attack to all enemies in front of you. So it's a big area. So as you guys can see, this thing really helps with AoE damage. Summoners, they were lacking a bit of AoE damage, so now AoE damage is much better. If you have this bird, even for PvP, it does silence, does area damage on all enemies with 400% attack, so it's quite good. I really like this new affinity bonus, alright, from the teams. So this was the summoners. We can press play just so you guys can see. So when you summon, yeah, when you start the fight, the bird is summoned, and you guys will see him using the ultimate. Yeah, so this is the ultimate from this bird. Right, that's basically it. Besides that, all of the characters will do exactly the same thing as before. The next one we have is this one, which is the aura ones, okay? So auras, as you guys can see, the symbol is different as well. So let's have a look. The maximum effect is always 3 characters of the same type. So at the beginning of the battle, all heroes of the aura generous were awarded. And take 1 layer of encouragement, okay? Encouragement buff states the creator consumes all drums when releasing power skills. So it's, yeah, you get layers of rally. So this was the rally heroes. You get rally when at the beginning of the battle you get 1 rally. And if you have 2, the effect is triggered again every 30 seconds. If you have 3, it's triggered every 20 seconds. So basically, it means it's much easier to trigger rally. As you guys can see, it's a horn now. So now, and it has no time. Let's see, I just want to use my skills. Yeah, and now it doesn't have any time. And then probably we get it, yeah, again after 30 seconds. So this is pretty cool. Much easier to use your rally heroes. You don't need someone to provide rally. Of course, if you have someone, it will be faster, you'll do more damage, but you don't really need someone to provide rally now with this new system. Next, we have the Dauntless. Alright, so this is the Dauntless with the new character, the monkey. Let's have a look and see. So this is the new effect for the Dauntless. So every time our fearless hero attacks, there's a probability that he will guide the Thundercloud to conduct a coordinated attack. Thundercloud's rank is bonused by resonance level and collaboration attack frequency. Okay, so 2 characters has 40% chance of collaborative attack, 3 50% chance. So it's not a big increase, it's just 10% more. So the first attack, let's see what does. The first attack can use Thundercloud can use 3 weapons of different intensity to combat. If Thundercloud triggers cooperative warfare multiple times a sharp period of time, it will temporarily upgrade its own weapons. Maintain high frequency general attack 2 dimension. Alright, this looks pretty cool. And the second skill, from the cloud triggers 10 cooperative battles. It will release a series of electric arcs in a short time. Alright, so let's just test this and see how it works. Yeah, so the cloud is behind. It's this thing here. Okay, and is loading. So I guess it will launch that big attack. Okay, this is our loved monkey. Oh, nice. That looked nice. I just don't know. It doesn't show you, or it doesn't show here how much damage it does. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Alright, this is the new system for Dauntless, okay? So it's also different from before. Okay, so I think they basically reworked everything regarding this bonus. Okay, next we have the Frost Heroes, alright? So let's have a look at the Frost Heroes, because I think you guys can see already there's a different effect we didn't seen before. So, for Frost Heroes, targets when the Frost state is stacked with 5 layers to cause damage, additional measures will be given. So, Frost debuff state, 3% maximum life when superimposed on 5 layers. Alright. So, freezing lasts for 5 seconds if you have 2 characters. Freezing lasts for 5 seconds and target 1 target when the war begins. Alright. Okay, so it makes... Basically, the freezing will last longer. Alright, he already has freeze. Is that it, basically? No, frost. And that's a different one. So, yeah, but basically, you're just gonna do more damage if you have if you have frost on them. I think that's basically it. Just gonna increase your damage with the freeze, and you'll do more damage. I think that's basically it. It's a bit. Some of them are a bit difficult to understand, since this is Chinese and we need to translate it, and sometimes the translation is not the best one. So now we have the fire. We don't have burn. Yeah, burn is for S3, I think, or S2. S3. Now we have these ones, which I forgot, but you're gonna have a look. Let's see. Wild, yeah, these ones are the wild. So the number of wild skill dice roll points will be charged to the exclusive skill. It can be released when the charging value reaches 100. And the 12-second rage will be imposed on us. So 2 characters, our wild dice roll result during the violent period, plus 2. 3 characters, our wild dice roll result during the violent period must be the maximum value. Okay, so with 3 you get the maximum value as all the time. I think this one I already played with wild characters, and I think it's much better than before. Because you can activate, at least you know when this activates. You guys can see it's already 13. Every time they use a skill, it rolls. Okay, you guys can see it rolled 23 now. And it only activates when it reaches 100. So I'm just gonna... I really want to activate this dice just to see what happens. Because if the fight... So for PvP I don't think this is that useful. Because if the fight is too long, too short, this will not be activated. Let's just set a 90 minutes and maybe... Let's just replace this one. Let's replace with need as well. Now let's just use the 5 wild, right? With 5 we'll trigger this faster, I hope. So we have 7, 14, and there's like a noise. There's like a sound, a trigger sound whenever it goes. No, it was just my impression. Right, 45. No, there's a different... I don't know if it's a hero doing that skill, but I can listen to a different noise. Okay, 56, 65, right, 67. It still takes a lot to reach 100. Okay, yeah, you can see 4 here. So it says 5. It says on the characters how much they are rolling. 2, 5, and it's gonna reach 100. Oh, and comes the Drake and does damage. Okay, this is pretty cool. And you do increase damage while this is activated. Much better. 5,000, well done, without gear. Alright, I think this one is pretty cool as well. More damage, but in a long fight it will work really well. On a short fight, I'm not sure if it will be that useful. And then we have this one, which is for all the support characters. And basically this one will just give you a shield. Alright, I've been using this one as well, and I mean, it's very useful. Pretty basic, very useful. At the beginning of the battle, all friendly parties receive 30 seconds of shield. If you have 2, 10% maximum health shield. If you have 3, 15% maximum health shield. So, especially for PvP, starting with a 10% or 15% maximum shield on the first 30 seconds, I think it's amazing. Because most of the ultimates are triggered in that period. So this will be really, really cool. Okay, so this is all the affinity bonus we have now. Most of them, I think they are changed. I think just poison looks pretty similar, but all the other ones, they look really different. I think they are improved this way. I think they are much better this way than before. Not sure about Frost. Frost looks a bit weird. I think Frost was doing better. Raleigh is much better. Summoners, much better. Dauntless, I'm not sure. Can be better. Wild, it's way better. I think it's way better. I love the effects with the dragon and everything. So yeah, this is basically all the bonuses from teams we have now. Okay, we don't know about Ice Blast, Burning, because those elements or those types of damage, they were not released on season 1. But soon as we reach season 2, we'll know about that. Alright guys, so stay tuned. Hope you enjoyed this video. Comment below what you wish to see in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this one, and don't forget to leave that like and subscribe to my channel for more content. Thank you so much, and see you next time.